All right, so let's bring in Ari Fleischer, former White House press secretary and Fox News contributor, and Victor Davis Hanson, senior fellow at the Hoover Institution. Gentlemen, great to have both of you with us today. This is an interesting dilemma that exists with these social media companies, and how involved are we going to get in interfering with what they're doing or allowing them to operate freely? And now you've got foreign governments involved in all of this. Ari, what did you think of John Kirby's answers to those questions?
Well, first, let me make an overarching point, and then I'll directly answer that. But, we Americans love the word freedom. We throw it around. We talk about the importance of freedom. When you see what the Chinese government and the Chinese police are doing to the Chinese people, it is a vivid reminder of the difference between a totalitarian communist country and freedom. And we should cherish our freedoms, and we should condemn China. And that's why that interview was so disappointing. I don't understand why the White House is trying to walk a careful line here and not speak out against what Apple has done. We should be on the side of freedom, and it can be said in a way that doesn't taunt the Chinese. I understand White House's delicacies about taking the Chinese on, but this is one of those issues where they shouldn't be walked gingerly. They should make the statement that what Apple is doing is wrong. They shouldn't kowtow, and they should allow freedom of speech to take place. It's not a complicated statement for the White House to make. Well,
they've said many times on this, and on this morning in another interview that John Kirby did, he talked about, well, we support peaceful protesters. Wherever they are, we support them, but we're not going to get into the actual issues that are at the heart of this protest, Victor.
Yeah, well, it was very pathetic, and I think you nailed him, and I think his subtext was that they're not going to say anything about any Silicon Valley company, whether it's Apple, who gave $275 million worth of technological expertise to protect their investments, or Microsoft, or Amazon, any of them, because they're cash cows to the Progressive Project in general and the Democratic Party. We knew that in 2020 when Mark Zuckerberg organized Silicon Valley money, and they put almost $450 million into pre-selected precincts. So that's number one. If this was Russia, and Russia was doing this, and we know what Russia did in Ukraine, Joe Biden came out and called for the removal of Vladimir Putin. And you think that he would do something similar. But there's been a history of this, Martha. In 2009, the Obama administration was very weak on the Green Revolution in Iran. This administration has not been, contrary to what Mr. Kirby said, muscular in their denunciation of what Iran is doing. They haven't been speaking out against China. And I think there's something in the left-wing Democratic Party that makes them a little bit more sympathetic to what they feel are more egalitarian systems. They're very good on Russia, and I commend them for that. But when it comes to countries that they have a soft spot for or they're not tough with, they're not very good at all. So the human rights is not across the board, as he suggested. There's not equitable patterns in their denunciations of these autocratic governments, as there should be.
Well, we're witnessing some very important moments in China and in Iran. Right now, we saw just sort of a bit of it that played out on the soccer pitch yesterday. And these are very monumental times that deserve to be spoken about in a way that matches this moment. Victor Davis Hanson and Ari Fleischer, you both always do that, so we appreciate you being here today. Thank you very much to you both.
Thank you, Martha.
Thank you.